welcome back to my channel, guys. If you're new to this channel, my name is Piers. I make property investment videos, business entrepreneurship videos, and more importantly, I make service accommodation or Airbnb business videos. That's what I specialize in. But today's video, I want to make it quite different, quite special, because a lot of new, subscribers at the moment and viewers are actually watching my video because of the property content I'm creating. So today's video is guess the property investment strategy. You will be absolutely having fun. Please make sure you're commenting down below, engaging what you think is the right property investing strategy. Well, this video is quite special to me because it really takes me back, years back, when I first started my journey, and I was trying to think, what is property investment, what involves in it. And hopefully there's people out there who's going to watch this video today and are actually going to learn from it and actually going to understand the property investment strategy. But before we start the video, please make sure you're subscribed to my channel now. I am actually looking at my stats, and I think just over 60% of people like yourself who's watching my video are unsubscribed to my channel. So if you can hit the subscribe button, a like on this video, so when I post this new content about business, entrepreneurship, a lot around property investments, you will get a notification and you get to learn through this channel. As towards the end of the video, guys, I've got a very, very special gift for you. I will actually post my return on investment calculator, and what that is just gives you a very basic understanding of when you're buying property, what you've got to look at in terms of your numbers, like the stamp duty, the purchase price, and all that little things. That's going to give you an idea of actually creating a best investment kind of numbers at the end of the day, because property investing is all about numbers and people. So if you can balance that both, you're going to have a very, very successful property business. So guys, please stay tuned. Let's crack on with the video, and you will be excited to see some of the property investment strategy. And please make sure you are commenting down below what is the property investment, so every time I show something, I'll stop it and then you can guess it and we can move on accordingly. I know that my property channel has got a lot of experienced property investors on board who's watching my videos, but also have a lot of newbies at the moment. Now, personally, I've been in property industry for the last 6 years. I've owned a estate agent, I've sold my estate agent, so I really have seen a lot more of buying processes, selling processes, investing myself, different strategies. So today, I'm very, very much excited to show you guess the property investments. Right, and what we're going to do is we're going to go through 8 different property investment strategy in the UK, and I'm going to show you the type, and obviously I'll leave it and you can comment down below what that is, and it gives you an understanding, a practice, a knowledge as well to kind of get engaged with myself. And hopefully, guys, I would love to connect with you to know what are you currently investing. This is going to be the very easiest one, but the first one is, let's say it's a single dwelling. Now it could be, a house or an apartment, anything really, but I'm just going to put single dwelling. Right. Okay. Right, you can see my lovely drawing as well, but there you go. That's a single dwelling house. What you're doing is, in this strategy, you're literally looking at the area of investment and you're putting a deposit in, and then you could effectively get a mortgage, and in return you're renting out as a whole property. Right, so it's quite simple. It's a single dwelling, property, house, apartment, whatever it is. You put a deposit in, you get a mortgage on it, or if you're a cash buyer, you can do that as well. And then you rent it out as a single dwelling, to a family, let's say, for example. Now, please comment down below, what do you think this property strategy is? Well, I hope you've commented down below what the first investment strategy was. Now I'm going to move on to our second one, which, again, let's say it's a house, and the house has got 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms, right? So it's a 4-bedroom in total. plus a lounge. And what you're going to do in this is you've bought the property. You can buy the property. Now, I do not want to make it too complicated. Yes, you can do a rent to rent as well, so you do not have to purchase it. You could rent it from a landlord and give them a guaranteed rent and then re-let it out. So I'll do a separate video about that anyway. But in this case, let's say you're buying this property. Again, the same thing. You could be you can put a deposit in with a mortgage, or you might be a cash buyer. Right, but in this case, what you're going to do is you're going to, instead of renting that as a single property, single dwelling, you're going to rent it out on a room by room basis. And what that means is, yes, you are going to have different tenants and you're going to do different contracts. Obviously, it's got its own legislation that you need to confirm. But if you could guess this property investment strategy, what do you think it's called? Please comment down below, and I will again do a detailed video about this strategy at a later date, but I hope you guys are enjoying this video. I can certainly say now we're going to move on to the third strategy, which is going to be one of the most popular strategy around the UK, around the world as well. People are doing it. Now, a perfect example is, let's say you found a house, right? And that house hasn't been updated and it was built in, let's say, 1930s, and it just really needs a bit of love put into the property. What that means is, obviously it's outdated, you know, somebody to buy it and to live again in there could be a hassle. So what people do is, obviously it's generally marketed a little bit below compared to what's around the area, so the house price is going to be a little bit below. Then what you do is you do a bit of work on it. So you kind of replace kitchen, carpets, you know, walls, whatever you need to make it look more modern, and then you put it back in the market. So you buy it cheap, or you buy it in a good affordable pricing, then you do the work on it, and then you sell it. What is this strategy called? So please make sure, I know there's much more information given in it, but please make sure you comment down below, what do you think this strategy is called? I can't stress enough, this property investment strategy it doesn't work everywhere around the world. It is only, I'd say, you know, it's a value added tool in your pocket as an investment strategy. Now, let's say in the UK, we're going past, you know, 10 years, 12 years back, when the property market crashed, and there were property out there where, let's say there's a house and the property was bought prior to 2008 for 100,000, and for example, after the property market or the crash, the property price was then 80,000 actually, and then people had mortgages on it. Now what that means is, obviously it's a negative equity property. Now this property here, or the owner, are wanting to sell this property, but whoever's going to buy it, obviously they're going to sell it on, or the market is actually a lot less than what they paid for initially. So what people do is, you've got a choice of agreeing a purchase, but you agree a price now, so you agree price now, and you take over the management, you pretty much take over as an owner of the property, but then you buy it in 5 years time, for example. Now it could be 5 years, it could be 7 years, it could be 10 years, whatever you think, but what you're effectively doing is you're giving them a breathing space because you've taken over the property, the management and everything, but at the same time, and the payments of certain mortgages and stuff, but at the same time, what you're saying is you're not purchasing it straight away, you're going to purchase it in the agreed time period. Now, I know there's a lot more detail about this, guys, but I'm just going to give you a kind of an overview. So please make sure you comment down below what the property investment strategy is. Moving on to number 5th strategy for property investment. Now, this is something I have personally worked on. I've sold it. You know, I've seen people buying those and turn it into like amazing apartments. I mean, the visions I see from this kind of people with the right team. It is very, very big on project, maybe a lot more time involved in it. Also cost wise is quite huge. But number 5th, I'm going to give you an example. So there is literally an office blocks, and what that is it's now been sold and turned into apartments. Now that is a lot more process into it. You know, you've got planning in places, you've got so much other bits from a power team perspective you've got to put in, but it's a strategy. There's a certain specific word that you use, and please make sure you comment down below what you call it from a office block. We then change it into apartments, or turn into several apartments in the block. So please comment down below, guess the property investment strategy. Well, now we move on to the 7th, guess the property investment. Now I know this can be a business to itself, but I know there's so many, you know, I've got so many colleagues, alliances who has personally made a fortune out of this kind of strategy. And let me just crack on and show you what, you know, I believe it's more of a business than it is a property investment strategy. But in UK, we still count it as property investment. And it is pretty much to say, you found a property, and this could be because you might be overexposed yourself with other property investments and you're very, very busy. Or you might have somebody who is, you know, not time rich, they do not have time, but they're looking to invest in property. What you can do is you are time rich and they're more time poor, which means you found a property which really stacks up the deals, but you just pass it over to the investor. Right, it's simple. You found the property, you've done all the viewings, you've kind of added the number, make sure it works, you know, as a property, as whatever investment strategy it is, and then you pass it over to an investor to either purchase or to run it. So please make sure you comment down below what the whole process of actually doing this and passing over to investor is called. Another strategy, which I believe, again, it's a very, very people strategy. You've got to make sure that you have, you know, you're very careful because it's more relationship based than anything else. But a perfect example, kind of, I've seen a lot of people doing is you found a property which you know that the numbers really stack up, but at the same time, because you're exposed in somewhere else, your investment and your funds are actually in somewhere else, you are now looking for funds. So what happens is you find a person that puts in the money, you're the person that's found the deal, and yeah, fill in the gap. What do you think this investment strategy is? It's effectively to just say that, you know what, you found a great deal. You are kind of at the moment you've run out of your funds because you've invested somewhere else. But this person at the moment, again, is looking to invest and they've got funds ready. You found the property. So please make sure you guess below what the property investment strategy. Well, I know I've put this as my last, but the most favorite strategy at the moment. It is 3 things it involves. It's a property investment strategy, it's a hospitality business, and also it is a marketer's business because you need to know how to market these properties and actually sell. So guys, the last but not the least, and obviously my favorite, I talk about this in my channel all the time, is you've got a property. Now it could be, again, house or apartments or cottages, whatever it is, and yeah, a beautiful looking, you know, 2-bed house, 3-bed house, whatever it is. Now instead of you renting it out per month, what you do is you rent it out per night. Now yes, you can use other words to it, but yeah, so effectively instead of you letting it out per month, you rent it out per night as a kind of hotel, and you will receive a very, very high nightly rate for it. So please comment down below what this strategy is. And guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure you're commenting down below because it gives me an understanding of, hopefully people are getting used to this kind of different strategies that's available in the market. But not only that, it's also good to know what you're thinking are in terms of different strategy and how people can really leverage it, because we know that there's always good and the bads and the pros and the cons of every single strategy. I know that, today's video was just an overview of the property investment strategies available for you. But remember guys, there's so much details that you've got to go and research and learn about it before you go and implement it. Now, what I'd like to do is I'm gonna roll the return on investment calculator that I mentioned earlier. Now we're in the final part of the video. I'm gonna leave with the 8 property investment strategy that we've just gone through. So I'll list all of them as well. Please comment down below again that if you've achieved or you've answered everything correct as well. Now guys, massive favor, please make sure you're subscribed to this channel, and I will be back with another video soon.